Welcome back to Two Guys in the Outdoors. Bob, Jason.
That's me.
So, it's been a while since the both of us have been together.
I know. Well,
So-
together on camera anyway.
Right. Well, yeah, in one of these shows. But today, just to get right to it, we're going to talk about not tracking. We're going to talk about scouting. Okay. Now you can see it's a nice, beautiful day out here. And think of scouting as just a hike through the park. Okay. Because basically that's what it is, right?
Absolutely.
It's just a walk through the park with observation. Okay. So there are a few things you got to do beforehand, though. You want to know where you're going to go. So it's a good idea to get out some maps, and whether it's paper maps or the new, let's say, what do they call them? The apps like Hunt Stand or Onyx or
whatever. Yeah.
those type of hunting apps, and look at the maps and look at how the terrain is going. So you need to look at your topography map, okay, and see what the elevations are. Not necessarily to get any real good understanding, and I wouldn't worry so much if you hear people talk about thermals, but at this point just try to figure out where the highest parts are and where the lowest parts are, okay? You also want to look at the maps to see where you're going to enter at. Give you a basic idea where the parking lot is, okay? Now we are in a park situation. You see the picnic tables and our trucks are parked down there, okay? So if we were scouting this area, we would mark on our map that our parking's up next to the road, okay? So once I got a lay of the land, what the boundary is, where the water sources are on the map, what type of tree sources I have from the map, and you can pretty much see if it's evergreen trees or if it's hardwoods, or if you have some oaks. Some of the apps will tell you if you got oaks or what you have in place there, okay? Once you've done that, you also need to spend some time understanding what you're hunting, okay? If you're hunting deer, read some information, find some magazines, look up online, get some books on how deer act, or squirrels, or turkeys, how they act,
What they eat.
how they move, okay? So just get familiar with it. You don't have to be an expert at this point. Most of you guys are just starting out.
You know, hunting is year round.
Yeah,
Not physically, but preparing,
learning,
learning. We're almost in June,
right.
and so we'll just talk about deer. Deer, obviously, you know, by the time October rolls around here in Virginia and we can actually start to hunt, you know, their patterns are going to change a little bit. But like today, you're holding a white oak limb in your hand, and that is a major food source,
Right.
for white-tailed deer. So
It's the acorns.
yeah, you know, we're almost June, and you want to, you know, if you're out walking, hiking just for the heck of it, or if you're intentionally out scouting, all year round is a great time to
Right.
be out and pay attention to your surroundings and learn what to eat.
I mean, you can look at this branch right here. It's part of the reason why I got it. There's a lot of acorns on this little branch. And from what I've seen so far, and with the way the weather's been, I got a feeling that acorn crop is going to be pretty good this year.
Or it's
Okay.
going to be in this area anyway.
Yeah. So you want to try to find them oak trees. Don't worry so much if it's white oaks or red oaks. Yes, deer prefer white oaks. But if you don't know the difference, you just know an acorn for an acorn, that's fine. It's a good start, okay? But find that food source. Find what they're browsing on. When you're walking through the woods, you're looking for little green tree, little stuff right now that maybe they've nibbled off the tops of it, okay? And you won't find that unless you go out and walk, okay? So do some research on your animals, study your maps, and then just get out in the outdoors like we are today. Find some paths and just walk them. Look for tracks. Look for scat on whatever prey you're looking for. Look for the small game trails or game trails. Okay, follow them.
Tracks, all that
Okay.
stuff.
I was told once, especially if you're going to use one of the hunting apps, get on the game trails, start your tracking thing on the app, and you can start mapping out all the trails in the area you plan to hunt, so you can kind of understand. Because Jason's right, they will be moving in one direction here now, but then come October it's going to be a little bit different, and then come November it's going to be different because that food sources change throughout the year.
Like
The water sources will change.
like this afternoon, we're going to be marking on our maps these white oaks, and like Bob was saying, I mean, you can see all these little bitty acorns starting to produce. We're going to mark those trees on our maps so we can come back in the fall and maybe have an awesome area to bow hunt
Yeah.
in October.
We can see what the crop was like on the ground, right? So all I can say now is don't be afraid of it. There is no magical source to scouting. Don't worry about what all these experienced TV guys say about you have to worry about certain things and get the barometric pressure and all this other stuff. Don't worry about it. Understand a little bit about what you're hunting, about the area that you're in, and then get out and just walk around looking for signs.
Make notes,
Yeah,
mark your maps, locations. That way in the fall, you can come back to those locations
exactly.
and continue scouting and hopefully find a honey hole.
I try to start scouting January 8th,
Absolutely.
soon as that season's over. But you'll find yourself scouting during the season too. You may notice that the deer's moved and you want to scout a different place. So you're doing kind of a hunt scout. If you have any questions, hit us in comments, send us an email at twoguysintheoutdoors@gmail.com, and then please subscribe. Okay? Get out and enjoy the outdoors.
Keep it simple. Go hunting.